Yo, what is going on, guys? Today in this video, I'm coming at you with the Craftsman WS2200 two-cycle string trimmer. Today we're going to be putting a new carburetor on it. Let's get right on into it. Tools for the job today: you're going to need needle nose pliers, a sharp pair of scissors, carburetor kit, purchased on Amazon for $15, a drill or screwdriver with a T25 Torx. Let's get right on into it. First things first, you're just going to want to empty out all the gas. No gas in this gonzo. And pop the air filter housing on off. Air filter is going to pop off just like that. Does it come off completely? I don't know. I've never been in here before. It does. Alright, we got the air filter right there. Put that right on in there. You're going to see two screws. Boom, boom. They're going to be T25 Torx. Right on in there. Let's take these on out. And with the remover of those two screws, the carburetor is going to come off. You're going to see this little line right in there. You're just going to want to turn that and weasel them on out of there. It's going to be gas lines, air filter. You can pop the air filter on off. We're going to replace that gasket when we do this. We got this, the old carburetor that's all gummed up and gunko. So we're going to take this. I'm going to remove these lines. These lines are old and junk. I'm going to show you how to replace these. So basically you can just pull this. We don't need these lines. These are all just trash. We need them for measurement, actually, that is. We're just gonna go pop these on off. But we got the carburetor off the engine. This is gonzo. Got the new carburetor we just purchased in the kit. I'll show you the kit in just a moment. But rip these gas lines off. Once you got the gas lines removed, this one's gonna be the return line. There's just gonna be air and return and whatever. But this is gonna be the main gas line. This is just gonna be a little bit smaller than the return line. It's gonna be a little bit wider. You'll see this in the lines they give you in the packaging. The larger line is going to be a return line. The little smaller line is going to be the gas line. So the two different sizes on that. Let's get these measured. Let's get these in this tank. Let's get this rebuilt. Reach on into the gas tank. Pull the entire gas cap off and the assembly on off there. You'll be able to remove your main fuel line and the line for. Actually, I'm just going to go pop that on off. It's going to pop on off your filter right on in there. Take this line, weasel it right on out of the top. Once again, with your return line, you can weasel it right on out of the top. I see there's a component that comes on the bottom of this one, so I'm actually going to take my needle nose pliers and I'm going to reach on into here. Let's see if I can do this on cam for you. Grab that guy, give him a yank on the bottom. Oh, no, I'm going to miss it, I guess. Ooh, so hard. Let me use two hands. That guy was tight on there. It's just a little one of these guys. You don't necessarily need that, but if it comes with it, I'm just going to reuse it. And at this point, I'm going to put the flash on. You can see there's a little bit of sediment, a little bit of bunko down in this tank. This is a part where not a lot of people do. I'm going to use this dry toothbrush. Don't put water in your gas tank. You can saturate it with gas if you want. You can see my tank's empty. There's a little bit of fuel left in there. If you want to put anything into your tank to help you, just give it a little scrub it. Use the 50-to-1 mix or whatever your weed eater calls for, 40-to-1, 50-to-1. No water, gas. Get in there, a little scrubby. This is me coming to you from my shed because I don't have any gas inside of my house because why would I? I'm also out of the gas I need for this. I'm using 25-to-1, which I run on my old bunko generators that I rebuilt over the years. I'm just gonna put, this is after you like bristle it on out. It's the incorrect gas, don't flame me for it. A little bit extra oil. Uh-oh, we got leakage out the holes. I forgot I took the gas lines off. I'm not gonna cut that out of there, I'm an honest guy. A little bit of gas on in there. This is after you gave it the old scrub. This is just to give it a little shakeowski. Like you grab it, a little bit of percolator, put something on it, cover up the end, shake it a little bit, put the cap back on, whatever you want. This is usually enough for me, just to give it a rinse. Make sure you get all the sediment out. Because if you put that in and there's a hole in your line, it's just a mess. You don't want sediment in your tank, bottom line. Shake it. So after you get your tank all cleaned out, we're going to want to take the old gas line. This is going to be the thinner of the two. The other one's over there. Line it up with the old gas line and give yourself extra. I mean 3 to 4 inches extra. You want extra. It's good to have more rather than less. Okay, 3 to 4 inches extra. I'll show you this in just a moment. 3 to 4 inches extra. You might be wondering why. I'll show you in a moment. It's going to save you a lot of time. Or a lot of pain, that is. Let's get this installed. The easiest way I've found to install these is take your scissors, clip off. This is why we made it longer. Clip off half of this right on down in there, because we're gonna need to weasel it into the gas hole, which is gonna be this one, and they are tiny little guys. You can sit here for a year. I mean, maybe not a year. Maybe you'll be able to weasel it in there. Just be like, Dad had to tell you that. Don't do that. This is why I'm using my daughter scissors, because they're fantastic. You cut sideways just like this, okay? And you might be wondering why we made it so long. This is why we made it so long. So you can have this extra little bit, and you gotta just weasel it on into the back line. It's gonna be one or two, the one in the back. It's gonna be tough, but get this on in there, and I'll show you how to do it. And this is another part why we have extra line. Take your needle nose, reach it through there, grab onto it on the bottom, take your scissors, something pointy, a fork, and just poke the end of that and shove it through that hole. I'll see if I can show it to you. We're gonna make this one real DIY. I probably have better tools at my house for this. I'm gonna use a fork and needle nose and just pull it. Here we go, we're starting to get on in there. I just did it with a fork and needle nose pliers. Poke the line, we don't care about the line up top. We're just gonna snip it off when we get it through. Needle nose, yank it, we got it through. Just the hardest part of the job, I gotta sit down for that. Once you got that done, you're gonna see the line is mangled right here. Inspect the line. You don't want any holes in this line, or it's gonna bypass the fuel filter and you're just asking to gum up your carburetor again. Okay, inspect the line. See this, we're just gonna do a nice snip in a perfect world right here. Inspect the line. If you boofed up the line, hopefully they sent you more line. Don't boof up the middle of the line. You can destroy the end of the line. That's what we're going for. That's why we have extra to destroy the end of the line. You can do it as many times as you want. You can destroy 4 inches, because we saved 4 inches, remember? But perfect, line's inspected. I'm gonna snip this end off. Make sure the snip's a perfect cut on the line. Grab your fuel filter. It's gonna be this guy. Boom. Once again, be careful putting this on here. Don't fracture the line right there. If you fracture the line right there, snip it again, put it up in there. Fuel filter is on. Boom, he can return to his home. Hi, home. This is going to be the return line. This is going to be next step 2. This thing's tiny, and I have a just million bazillion gas lines. So you cut it wherever you want. You use the whole thing if you want, but no, just cut it about an inch or 2 longer than this. We're going to get this installed. This is one that I cut. I made it actually quite a little bit longer than this one. But once again, take your scissors, go in the middle, shear off half of that. Same old, same old. Grab your trusty fork. Kids' scissors, keep those handy. Needle nose pliers. We're going in the first hole. Gonna be right here. Once you get it in, you can pull it all the way through to, once again, inspect the line. This one really doesn't matter as much as the other one. Make sure there's no holes. Take your scissors, snip it off right after your little slit that you made. Mine personally came with this OEM thingamabobber. I don't think this does anything. The vast majority of these that I work on don't have anything in there, and that's perfectly fine. So I'm just gonna put this back in there because it's OEM. Maybe Craftsman's up to something. Nowadays, I don't really think they are, so boom. And at this part of the video, you've came onto my head mount. You're on my head, so hopefully I can do this good. So you have your gasket right on in here. It comes with more gaskets in your kit. You could replace that if you want. Mine are in phenomenal shape, so I'm not going to. Simple, replace this with that. There's 2 in here. This, simple. But mine are in good shape. You can see, I mean, they're fine. People say, replace them every time. Whatever. I don't think I'm going to. Okay, so you have your 2 lines. This one's gonna be the main gas line, the one in the back. That is gonna get connected to the main gas line on the carburetor, the bottom one. You're gonna wanna weasel that right on into the bottom hole right on in there. He's connected. Sneak him on in there. Hopefully I'm getting the good shots. Never recorded on my head before. Don't take me out to dinner. Okay, and he is in there. That is our main gas line connected. This is gonna be the return line. Return line is gonna go to the top one, the one that connected to the bulb. We'll get a good shot at that. Sneak him on in there. Boom, boom. This is how the carburetor is going to sit. You're gonna wanna put the little throttle cable back into the little throttle bobber right there. And we can go sit him right on in there. Fantastic. Take your housing for your air filter. It's gonna be, how's this gonna be sitting? It's gonna be sitting just like this, right? Okay, we're gonna have him sitting just like that. We're gonna make a nice little sandwich, a little itty bitty sandwich with a carburetor, and I can have both my hands. This is actually like phenomenal. Sneak that one right up into the, you see it sneak through the air filter housing, sneak through the carburetor right there. Take it all the way in, sneak him on into the whole one in there. Ooh, sneak him on in there. Take the second one, sneak him on in there as well. Make sure you make a phenomenal sandwich that goes all the way through. 1, 2, 3. Boom, sandwich completed. Take your T25 Torx. Go easy. You don't gotta go bananas on this. A little bit. Go to the bottom one. A little bit. Top one again. A little bit. We're getting tight. Getting tight. You don't need to go bananas on it. It's gonna be just fine. Pump this. You can hear air through the gas tank. Very good sound. Okay. Now after you got on that, you want to take your gas thingamabobber, just bend him, stick him on in there. Down to the bottom he goes. Gas cap has been put back on there. And air filter housing. And that's it. We just rebuilt the carburetor, or replaced the carburetor, on a Craftsman string trimmer, weed eater. Phenomenal. And it's the next day, and the kit also comes with spark plug. Take your socket. Just get him on off. Put a new one on in there. And here it is. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.